Hey lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be setting up my finance section of my planner. So if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Finance is not something that I would say is a strong trait that I have. I'm good at spending money. Also gets me in a lot of trouble. So this year, one of our focuses is going to be figuring out a good system for our finances and start some savings and keeping track of things. Knowing that finance is going to be one of the things that I'm going to focus on this year, I did go ahead and buy a cash envelope system just because I've been wanting to try it and I've been wanting to work with it, and I figured, why not now? So these little pouches came with it, including the sheets that are inside of it. I'm not sure if I will continue to use these or if I will use my own savings trackers, but the labels also came with it, and I went through and I was labeling things before I realized these may not all apply to me. So, that was smart on my part. I mean, they do come up fairly easy. But then I would have to figure out where I'm going to stick them in the meantime. So I did order another pack of pouches. They just haven't come in yet. But I also realized I could just flip it over and take this out and flip it around, and then I could just reuse it. So I'm obviously not going to be saving for Black Friday and then something else at the same time. And if I do, then I won't use that pouch. I'll use a different pouch. So the ones that I did label were Black Friday, Christmas, medical, car, emergency fund, savings, hobbies, and clothing. Now, since I am just starting with this, and as you guys know, I don't make a lot at the library, it basically covers my bills and then a few other necessities and a little bit of spending money. So basically, I'm going to rework my budget this year. I have eliminated all of the extra spending and extra bills that are not necessities and that honestly I was looking to get away from. So like my Netflix, my Hulu, my Peacock. I went down to one streaming service, and it's my Disney, and I refuse to get rid of my Disney. And then my sister was kind enough to tell me that she would allow me to use their Netflix if I wanted it. So like I do watch The Crown, which I just finished the current season, but obviously I'll want to watch the new season when it comes out. I do like watching Bridgerton. There's a few others on Netflix that I like to keep up with, and so I'm only going to be using her Netflix when new seasons come out of certain shows that I watch. The only thing that I am really doing are like major bills. So I am going to be using a couple of these. I think starting out, the only thing, I'm only going to use 3 of these. So I know that I'm going to use Christmas. I know that I'm going to use emergency fund. Oh, no, I'm not using emergency funds. I'm using savings. I want to either do an emergency fund savings or I want to start saving for maintenance on my car. Realistically, emergency funds could be maintenance on car if it became an emergency. However, I think for right now, I am going to start with car. If something happens and I realize I really probably need to have an emergency fund, then I might switch it at some point. But for the time being, we are just going to use 3 of these. So because I do not make a lot, I am going to be putting $5 into each of these with every paycheck that I have this year. At the end of pay period, when I'm getting ready for my new check, one of the things that I'm going to start doing is whatever is left over from the previous check before I've deposited the new check is going to get transferred over into savings. And then I will keep track of that on my savings tracker. I don't know if I'm going to do it on this one or if I'm going to create my own. But it will get transferred over. So automatically $5 is going to be put into here. But I also have a savings account through my bank, and whatever is left over will get put in there as well. That will start accruing, you know, the interest and whatever. So for the time being, these are the three that we are going to have. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in here. This is going to now stay on my desk and get added as a task list, or a task on my task list for my savings tracker and my payday routine. So pop those in here. This is going to stay on my desk. I might get my Cricut out and, you know, write like savings or 2023. I haven't decided yet. I might just leave it blank, honestly. I haven't fully decided. So I'm gonna put this off to the side, and I'm going to get out my planner. So these came in an expansion pack that Happy Planner had. This is all I have left. I already dated this one, but I do need my whiteout because I am going to white out this. And the two in categories here used to say want or need, and then you would check it as such. I'm not going to be doing that, so I just went ahead and whited those out. And I don't use this check-in journaling prompt at the bottom. I just kind of extend if I need to. So I am going to write, as soon as I find my pen. Oh, okay. So date, description, amount, and crap, what was the other one? Date, description, amount, balance. I am working on creating my own weekly expense tracker because, as you can see, I only have, I probably have for the next 6 weeks, maybe. Or at least the next 6 pay periods, because I only use one per pay period. I honestly don't spend a lot of money unless some of my favorite planner shops are having sales. But I really try to watch my spending, and outside of my actual bills, I honestly don't normally spend a lot of money. So this is where mine will be. I'm going to go ahead and pop these pages in. Actually, I should not have done that yet because I want to date these. So I'm going to open, nope, I don't have a whole year. So January the 8th, hold on, okay. January 8th, and then that means this will be January 9th through 22nd. now we're going to put them in our planner. And one thing that I did create for me going forward here in 2023 and will be coming to my shop soon is my monthly budget. So let us fill this out. So at the end of December, because today is the 27th, on the 1st, I will write in what my savings is at current moment. And then at the end of January, I will write how I ended it. And then whatever my ending amount is will be the start of the next month. And I will always do it on the last day of that month. The rest of this is my weekly expense tracker, and I use a red pen for this. And I write in what day I got paid, which in this case was 12/26/22. Deposit. And then the amount, and then the balance, because I do have some still left in my account. And then yesterday, so I always do my deposit in red. It just helps me stand out. Okay, I got paid this day. These were my expenses from that check, basically is how I keep track of it. And then I use just a regular black pen. And I write in my expenses. So I had to go to Walmart yesterday, pick up a few items. All right, so that's how we are keeping track of finances this year. I have my monthly overview, which I do every single month. And then I add a tiny little bill or a dollar sticker on the days inside my weeklies to remind me that I have a bill due. Most of my bills come out automatically. The only one that I have to physically go on and pay is Verizon. We are all set up. I've got my cash envelopes that starting on my first paycheck of January. I'm not doing it with this paycheck. It will be my first paycheck that comes out in January that we will start these. So January the 9th is, be sure to come back or at least check out my Instagram. I will have either a reel or I will add this as part of my weekly vlog doing my first stuffing of these. And we have our overview and then our expense trackers, and that's pretty much all that I have for my finances. I might print out and create a big version of my cash envelopes savings trackers, but as for right now, that's pretty much all I've got. And if I add more to it, I will be sure to let you guys know. So I hope this is a video you guys enjoyed. I hope it gave you some inspiration or some ideas for how to set up your own budget finance section. And I will talk to you guys later for another video. Bye, guys.